Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty, and I really love showcasing indie brands here on my channel. Speaking of indie brands, today's video is a Throwback Thursday with Gourmande girls. Alright beauties, before we dive in, please don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up if you do enjoy. I would love to have you be part of my beauty family. We're going to dive right in. We have some brows done and my eyes are primed with my Glam Light Icing Eye Base in Buttercream. I have a very specific idea of what I want to do for today's Throwback Thursday. I am also really quickly going to post a picture right here of all of my Odin's Eye palettes because next Thursday I think I want to do an Odin's Eye palette. So you guys pick the palette for me, comment down below. Today I'll be going in with the Gourmande Girls. I'm using the Radioactive palette for just one shade. And then I'm also going in with my all-time favorite Gourmande Girls palette is the Spooked palette. It is absolutely stunning, more jewel toned, but it's also very neutral. I feel like this could be used year round, but I have a very specific idea. Hopefully it works out. Fingers crossed. And with Gourmande Girls, you can use code RIRI10 for 10% off. That one is an affiliate code, so if you do happen to use that, thank you so much in advance. So I am already prepped and everything like that. It's going to be a easy look. You guys know that I really try to make sure that everything is easy and beginner friendly, but it's a little bit more intricate, but still easy, if that makes any sense. But I'm going to be going in with a ColourPop E28 first. It is a small pencil brush. And I'm going to go into the orange shade called Haunted. And with this, I'm not aiming to be very clean or anything like that right now. I'm going to tilt my head back. And I'm going to pop this mainly in the crease. And I'm going to come slightly above my crease. Again, I don't have to worry about being super clean or anything like that. I'm going to clean everything up before we go to our next step. But this is my all-time favorite palette from her. I love warm tones, as you guys know, and then I really love greens a whole lot, so that's why I like this palette so much. I think that she really outdid herself with this particular palette. I love it. And of course, she is a woman-owned indie brand, and she's one of my really good friends too. So I really wanted to showcase Gourmande Girls for today. If you have this palette, maybe you can pause and you can go grab your palette and you can do this look with me. And this, you can just kind of follow the natural shape of your eye if you don't want to wing it out all the way or create like or create the same shape that I am creating. That is 100% fine. You do you. Do whatever makes you feel like the best version of yourself. I am loving doing the Throwback Thursday. You guys know that I am on this path of keeping what I know that I'm going to use up and really getting use out of everything that I already have. And I'm definitely on a no-buy. I have purchased a couple of items, and I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys want to see kind of a monthly collected haul that I've done? And not just makeup. Maybe I bought, hair tools. Maybe I bought whatever the case may be. But let me know if you guys want to see that. I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of the shade Spellbook, which is this beautiful brown. And I'm just going to deepen up right in the actual crease part of the eye look. Again, because I have hooded lids, I'm tilting my head back. As you can see when I open my eyes, it's barely over my hood, so that's just a good tip too if you do have hooded lids. As opposed to me kind of staring straight at my mirror and trying to kind of tuck the shades into, my little socket area. This is just a little bit easier for me, and I've said it before, it also helps prevent wrinkles. So yeah, tucking it solely right through here. And then I'll continue it out just a little bit. That's just to add a little bit of extra depth. I'm not aiming for a dark look here. Like I said, I'm going very specific here. And then I'm going to brush that orange just a tiny bit. And then that's it. As far as this color goes, we can go in and kind of finesse it and stuff like that. I'm going to go into my P. Louise base. This is the Rumor Zero, which is the plain white shade. I'm going to get a little cut crease type of brush just so that this is a little bit easier for me to do if I can find one. And this is a Luxie 211. I'm gonna put a little bit of the base on the back of my hand. I just really like to work from the back of my hand. Again, if you just wanted to do just orange in your crease and maybe deepen up the outer corner with the brown and then go in with the shimmer shade I'm gonna use, that's also fine. Now I am going to follow this around, and I'm literally following the exact shape. Alright, as you can see, we are nice and carved out. Next, this may not look good, but this is what I had in my mind, y'all, and if it doesn't work out, then it's totally fine. But I want to go in with the shade Apple Bob, which is a beautiful shimmer shade. I'm going to go into I call them beauty Q-tips, where it's got the butt end and then the pointed end. I'm going to dip it into some Clinique Take the Day Off, I think. Yeah, Take the Day Off. And I'm going to carve out just a little bit of space right here where the orange is at. And I may have to touch that part up. That's totally fine, but basically this is what I'm aiming for. I'm going to go back in with a teeny tiny little detail brush. It's this itty bitty. I'm going to go back into the P. Louise base in the white. And then I'm going to add the white in that little space as well. And sorry, I have to actually get up in my mirror this time, y'all. Again, I don't think it's super hard. It's just a little bit more steps, and you have to be a little bit more precise. Whereas you guys know, I'm not typically a super precise person. If I'm aiming for like a winged liner or something like that, you know, like a winged shadow, I just use eye tapes, so it kind of helps and does the work for me. So that's what I'm aiming for. Let me press everything out. And then I'm going to take that same little tiny brush, let me just tap it off, and I'm very lightly going to go into Apple Bob. I'm going to try to not get a whole lot of fallout here. So because of that, I am going to spray my brush. I'm just using an Urban Decay like setting spray. And then exactly where I carved that out, precisely, I'm going to go in with the green. And I'm just going to follow that up. Now, if you don't have hooded lids, this is probably going to be a little bit easier on you, and I hate you. But I think you can do it. If you can, you know, sit down and follow along with what I'm doing, you can do this. And like I said, if not, then what I, you know, would typically have done with something like this is put the orange in my crease, the metallic all over like I'm going to show you in a second, and then I would have probably just put the dark brown on the outer corner and maybe put green on the lower lash line. I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. This just kind of inspired me, and this was the look that kind of came, you know, in my head, and it may look like trash, and that's okay. We're having a good time, so I'm okay with it. So that's it for this part. Next up, I'm going to go in with my NYX glitter glue. We probably don't need this. There's like a little bit, not necessarily tackiness, but there's some grip to the base. I just want to make sure that I get kind of full opacity with the shimmer shade that I'm going to be using. And with the NYX glitter glue, less is more. Just to note that you don't need a whole lot of this. And I give it just a second once I do apply it, and you can do it with your finger or with a flat brush. I give it kind of just a second, and then I'm literally going to go in with my finger. I'm going to go into the shade Pumpkin right here, which is a beautiful multi-chrome. It's like pink, corally, salmony, peachy, green deliciousness. I thought it would look great with this. Again, it may look like shit. That's okay, you guys. So let me get up close with my mirror again. And I'm literally just going to press this all over my cut crease area. Oh, that is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I love when that happens. Because guess what? Sometimes things don't happen the way we plan. And I'm going to be super sloppy. And I'll get a brush in just a second. I'll get to where I can get to with my finger. And then I'll go in with a brush. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so stunning, you guys. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to bring this all the way up to the cut crease. You could also go in with a liner and put like a white liner or something right here too. That would be really beautiful. Let me find another cut crease type brush so I can be really precise with this. And I'm going to go back into the shade Pumpkin. I'm going to try to pick up a good amount of it. And again, because I'm trying to aim for actually being precise this time, I am going to spray my brush. And then leaning my head back again. Anywhere where I carved it out, I want to be real precise. And again, follow that shape that we created earlier. And then to finish off, prior to us cleaning up and doing our base and then coming back for the lower lash line, I'm going into the Radioactive palette, and I'm going to use the shade Radon, which is a beautiful kind of like opalescent white green, and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner. Again, I'm going to spray my brush this time, and we're going to pop Radon right here on the inner corner, and I'm going to feather it up just a touch. So I felt like all these green and like orangey, peachy tones and stuff would just be stunning together. And just full transparency, I'm not the best at cut creases. That's why y'all don't see my ass do them all the time. Let me clean everything up, do the side. I'll be right back. Let's finish up our base. I did forget to put my lower lash line color, which is the green, so I'm going to go back into the palette, and hopefully I don't mess my eyes up. I'm going to be really upset if I do, but I'm going to go back in with a smaller brush into Apple Bob, and I want to tuck this right on the lower lash line. If I have to touch up the mascara, that is fine. Then to finish up, I'm going in with an open fluffy highlighting brush, going back into the Radioactive palette, back into Radon, and I'm going to kiss the top of the cheeks. This is probably going to be a little intense, but I feel like it's going to be absolutely stunning with this look. I am really feeling myself. I think this is absolutely stunning. Oh, you guys. And it's one of my favorite looks that I've done in a while, so I'm very excited. I love doing the Throwback Thursday. Again, I do have a code with Gourmande Girls. It is RERE10 for 10% off. That is affiliated, so if you do use it, thank you so much in advance. I love you, beauties. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.